Not a single BTS fan was breathing normally tonight after a shocking report came out of the Korean media. Jungkook and Taehyung were seen buying plane tickets directly at a Korean airport, without managers, without HYBE staff, without official entourage preparations. Two global superstars who are usually heavily guarded by security systems and corporate agendas suddenly appear in casual clothes, making travel transactions like two ordinary people who want to leave as quickly as possible. And it was precisely because of simplicity that this news exploded around the world. When superstars act like they're just two young men who want to travel without anyone knowing, the whole world wants to know everything. Airport sources who witnessed the moment described an atmosphere that will not be forgotten for a lifetime. Jungkook was first seen in the international ticket service area, wearing a dark hoodie and mask. He stood in front of the ticketing machine before finally approaching the manual counter, as if to make sure everything was taken care of in the most private and safest way possible. A few minutes later, Taehyung appeared from the same direction. No entourage, no internal cameras, no flashy guarding. Two BTS members who usually move like a secret state mission. That day looked like two best friends who were deciding on a very important spontaneous trip. Witnesses mentioned that it was Jungkook who talked a lot with the ticket clerk, while Taehyung watched with a serious but calm expression. Jungkook is said to be showing something on his phone, most likely a flight plan, while Taehyung occasionally looks down, chuckles, then gets serious again. Shortly thereafter, the officer issued two physical tickets, and that was the moment when everything broke. Taehyung took the ticket for himself, and the other ticket was given directly into Jungkook's hands. There's a touch, there's a small gesture, there's a fleeting moment that is very simple but felt so great by anyone who sees btsarmy who witnessed the incident can only be transfixed. They do not shout, do not approach, do not make a fuss. They knew they were witnessing something too special to be disturbed. They were silent, sculpted, looking from a distance because they knew that the moment was not for the public, but for both of them. But the silence of the fandom does not mean that the emotions are calm. The quieter the atmosphere at the airport, the bigger the explosion on social media. What makes things even more jarring is the fact that the ticket purchases were made directly by Jungkook and Taehyung himself. There is no agency in charge. No professional team intervenes. This is not a group work trip, not a public meeting, not a company schedule. This is the personal decision of two human beings at the top of the world. And the public knows private travel is the rarest and most sensitive thing for them, especially when done both. Small details begin to be collected one by one. Taehyung is seen carrying his own passport without HYBE's document bag. Jungkook is seen holding his cell phone without any internal communication earsets. There are no company cars waiting right in front of the VVIP entrance. They choose regular terminals, enter like regular passengers, and even stand in line for a while before getting counter service. All of them form one big conclusion that is almost impossible to refute. They want this journey to be done in their own way, without the world touching it. But of course, the world still finds its way in. Recordings, photographs, and witness reports began to appear on the internet in a matter of minutes. Global trending topics are instantly active even before tickets are actually printed on their hands. Entertainment analysts began to predict this as a sign of a major project. Fans perceived this as an emotional moment between two best friends who wanted to get away from public pressure. Japanese journalists began to speculate whether their arrival was related to new music, brand collaborations, or meetings with creative figures. But beyond the thousands of theories, there is one question that stands out and makes the entire internet rumble. If this is just an ordinary trip, why do the two of them take care of the tickets directly? Jungkook and Taehyung are not spontaneous people without reason. If they choose to take care of themselves, it means that there are goals that do not want to be shared with anyone. At least not yet. The more witnesses describe Jungkook's expression during the ticket purchase, the clearer it becomes that he has his own urgency. His gaze is focused, his speech is slow and controlled, his attitude is calm but full of will. Taehyung, on the other hand, seems to enjoy Jungkook's presence in the situation. His gaze occasionally softened, occasionally serious, but never seemed to hesitate. There are no signs of anxiety. There is a strong impression that this was something they had already agreed on long before walking towards the airport that day. One witness even said Taehyung patted Jungkook on the shoulder after the ticket was printed. Not in a formal or polite gesture, but a warm gesture that was only done within the scope of deep trust. And that gesture, no matter how small, instantly thrilled the fandom. When two superstars living under the spotlight of the world make a personal decision, just the two of them, without anyone, it's not just a journey. It was a silent statement. After years surrounded by cameras, speculation, pressure, and industry demands, these two men choose the one thing only they know what it means. And today, it all started from one simple moment that changed the global mood. Jungkook and Taehyung bought plane tickets at a Korean airport with their own hands. The world is now just waiting for what will happen in Japan. But one thing is certain. Whatever the reason, they chose to do it together a few hours after the report went viral. The mood on the internet changed from excitement to emotional unease. The narrative begins to lead to one point. This journey is definitely not something that just happened. A lot of ARMY is starting to connect the small pieces from the past few weeks. Jungkook's sudden curtailment of his activities, Taehyung seeming more introspective since returning from a trip with Jimin, and the fact that the two are seen communicating more and more privately. It was as if something had been very carefully prepared, something waiting for the right time to run. Music industry insiders also spoke up. Some of them claimed to have heard rumors about a secret creative project involving two BTS members without the intervention of HYB's production team. It did not say whether the project was a musical, cinematographic, or artistic collaboration. But the important information is the project was designed based on personal will, not the company's request. Hearing that, many fans felt goosebumps. If Taehyung and Jungkook want to create something without anyone's direction, then it is likely that the result will be the most honest and most emotional work of their careers. Yet another theory is much more personal. Observers of idol psychological relationships argue that popularity pressures and long promotional periods in the industry can create tremendous emotional exhaustion. Maybe this trip is not about work, not about projects, not about the world of entertainment. It could be about breathing, about taking time with the one person you can fully trust, about having a space where cameras, public opinion, and expectations of the world do not enter, about being human, not an icon, that if this is the case, then every little detail that happened at the airport that day feels much more meaningful than just the purchase of a ticket. Jungkook is in full control. Taehyung is trusting without asking much. The decision to use a regular terminal. The purchase of physical tickets, not digital, as if you want to feel the real experience, not the protocol of artistry. Their every action feels like a subtle rejection of the world that has ruled their lives for too long. Meanwhile, HYBE's silence actually fuels the rumors. Some believe the company deliberately allowed this to happen because Jungkook and Taehyung were entitled to personal space. Others believe the company is waiting for the right moment before announcing something big. But as always, when information is not explained, the public imagination takes over, and the public imagination never goes slowly. Now, all the cameras of the world are pointing to Japan before the two even get there. Thousands of fans have started monitoring Japanese airports for just one moment, when they get off the plane together. Not to see their fashion style, not to see their smile, but to see what story comes after this. Will this journey end up becoming a new history in the music industry? Friendship turned into work? Or something the public will never know except through their expressions, their energy, and their togetherness? One thing is certain. Whatever their goal, the decision began because they chose it. There's no company that asks, no stage that forces, no schedule that requires. Jungkook and Taehyung are not following the world. The world is following them. And for the first time in a long time, the two were seen not as untouchable legends, but as two men with a choice, with a desire, and with someone they prioritize for company.